Have you ever found yourself saying yes to a request, even when you didn't really want to? Or maybe you wondered why some people are so good at getting you to buy something, agree to something, or even change your behavior without you realizing it? In Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, Dr. Robert Cialdini breaks down the powerful psychological principles that shape our decisions and behaviors. Today, we're going to explore the 6 key principles of persuasion that influence us every day, whether we realize it or not. 1. Reciprocation, the power of giving first. One of the most powerful tools of persuasion is reciprocity. People feel compelled to return favors, even when they didn't ask for the favor in the first place. This principle is based on a simple idea. If someone does something for us, we're more likely to say yes when they ask for something in return. Cialdini uses the example of the free sample in marketing. Have you ever been handed a free sample in a store? Most likely, you felt the need to buy something in return, even if you hadn't planned on it. The company gives you something for free, and in return, you feel an unconscious obligation to reciprocate. The power of reciprocation isn't just limited to sales, though. In human interactions, we often feel obligated to return the favor when someone gives us something, whether it's a gift, help, or even a kind word. This principle is so deeply ingrained in us that it can even override our rational judgment, leading us to say yes when we would normally refuse. 2. Commitment and consistency, the need to be true to our word. Once we commit to something, we are much more likely to follow through with it, even if it no longer serves our best interest. This is the principle of commitment and consistency. We like to appear consistent in our actions, beliefs, and decisions, both to others and to ourselves. For example, Cialdini discusses a study where homeowners were asked to display a small sign in their yard promoting safe driving. Later, these homeowners were approached to install a much larger, more intrusive sign in their yard, asking them to promote the same message. Because they had already agreed to the smaller sign, they were far more likely to say yes to the larger request, even though it was a much bigger commitment. Why does this happen? Because once we've made a choice or taken a stand, there's a psychological need to remain consistent with that choice. It's like once you say yes, you've created a mental shortcut that makes you more likely to say yes again, even when the request becomes bigger. This principle is often used in marketing and fundraising. You may first be asked to make a small donation, and once you've committed to that, the organization can later ask for a larger donation. 3. Social proof, the influence of others. We are deeply influenced by the actions of others. Social proof, or peer pressure, is the principle that we often look to the behavior of others to guide our own decisions. When we see others doing something, we are more likely to follow suit, especially when we are uncertain about what to do ourselves. Think about a time when you've been in a new place, maybe at a restaurant you've never been to before. If you see a lot of people ordering a particular dish or drink, you're more likely to order the same thing. Why? Because we believe that if so many people are doing it, it must be the right choice. Cialdini mentions an experiment where hotel guests were told that most people reused their towels to save the environment. This simple piece of social proof increased towel reuse by over 25%. We're more likely to adopt behaviors when we think everyone else is doing it. This principle is heavily used in advertising, where we often see testimonials, customer reviews, or a celebrity endorsement to convince us to buy something. If others approve of it, we're more likely to as well. 4. Liking, the influence of personal connections. We are more likely to be persuaded by people we like. This is the principle of liking, and it's rooted in our human nature to favor people who are similar to us, who give us compliments, or who we share common interests with. Cialdini provides examples of how salespeople use this principle by building rapport with potential customers, whether it's finding common ground, offering compliments, or simply being friendly. When we feel a personal connection with someone, we are more likely to trust them and say yes to their request. This is why many advertisements feature attractive people relatable characters, or influencers that we feel a personal connection to. The more we like the person or brand, the more likely we are to say yes to what they're offering. 5. Authority, the influence of expertise. We tend to follow the advice of those we perceive as experts. This is the principle of authority, which means we are more likely to comply with requests from people we see as credible or authoritative figures. Cialdini uses the example of doctors, lawyers, and even celebrities endorsing products. When we see someone wearing a white coat or giving us advice from a position of authority, we automatically give them more credibility and are more likely to follow their recommendations. This principle is used everywhere in marketing, from advertisements featuring doctors or professionals endorsing products to the way certain products are marketed as expert-approved. The presence of authority figures can dramatically increase our compliance with requests. 6. Scarcity, the fear of missing out, FOMO. Scarcity is a powerful principle. When something is in limited supply, it becomes more desirable. This is known as the principle of scarcity. People fear missing out, whether it's a limited time offer or a product that's nearly sold out. The less available something is, the more we want it. Cialdini mentions how retailers use limited time only sales to drive customers to act quickly. The fear of missing out makes us feel like we must act now, even if we hadn't planned on buying the product in the first place. Scarcity creates urgency. The more difficult something is to obtain, the more we value it, sometimes even irrationally. So, what can we take away from these 6 principles of persuasion? 1. Recognize reciprocation. Be mindful when someone gives you something, whether it's a free sample or a favor. Notice how it influences your behavior and make conscious decisions about how you reciprocate. 2. Be aware of social proof. Remember that social proof can be powerful, but not always accurate. Just because everyone is doing something doesn't mean it's the best choice. Don't be afraid to think independently. 3. Use authority wisely. If you're in a position of expertise, be aware of the influence your authority can have. Use it responsibly to guide people toward positive decisions. 4. Understand scarcity. Don't fall into the trap of scarcity tactics. Make informed decisions, not ones driven by fear of missing out. In Influence, Robert Cialdini reveals how persuasion works on a deep, subconscious level. By understanding these 6 principles, reciprocation, commitment, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity, we can make more informed decisions and become more aware of the influence others have over us. Persuasion is everywhere, and now you have the tools to recognize it when it's at play. Thanks for listening, and if you found this summary helpful, don't forget to check out more book summaries for practical insights into human behavior and decision-making.